Hello and welcome to another edition of Freedom Runners Relationship Advice. So this one is about a young woman who has not only been cheated on, but her ex-boyfriend is refusing to talk to her. This ought to be good. All right, so the title for this one is exactly what I just said, but it has more to it. Boyfriend told me he cheated due to me being boring, is now refusing to talk to me. How many times have we heard of someone being cheated on because they were boring? Before I even continue with this, please note that I don't condone cheating, but if you feel like you need to cheat on someone because your significant other is boring, just leave that person. Just break up with that person and then move on. That's all you gotta do. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna continue. Me and my partner have been together for 3 years. Since the day we met, I have doted on him. He has been my everything. Ooh. And that's their first mistake. You put him on a pedestal. You basically worship the ground that he walked on, and he took that, he took it and ran with it. You made it very easy for him. That's your first mistake. I've always been sensitive to his feelings and never put pressure on him to give me things or to do anything for me. Probably should have. Because if you are willing to do everything for him and he does not reciprocate that, or you don't demand certain things from him like respect or communication, things that you actually want in a relationship, then problems like these will happen. Okay, so let's go. Things got really bad around a year ago when we broke up and he moved out of our apartment. It was terrible and we didn't talk for a while. During every argument we've ever had, he has broken up with me. Instead, I cause him stress. Sounds to me like he's a weak individual. Yeesh. You basically had a girlfriend there. And this has been 10 times maybe. 10 times. After the first time, you should have been done with him. 10 times, you put up with that? You could have. He says he doesn't want to deal with things and will leave situations. He will put on earphones to block me out and refuse to talk to me. He's a kid. How old is this kid? He will do this for days sometimes. He will say horrible things, then be fine when he chooses to be. You're dealing with a woman. That ain't no man, that's a woman. He has said all the same things he is saying on this situation in the past, has accused me of being abusive to our ex-landlord. Took condoms out on a night out and lied. And you put up with this. You actually put up with this. I don't even know if I want to read the rest of this. But let's go. At the start of this year, we started seeing each other again. Mistake number 3. You were supposed to be done with him. I moved back with his parents. Mistake number 4. And we moved back with his parents too. Well, I guess that was already established when I first read that part. Mistake number 4 and 5. Not only did you decide to go back to this guy, but you lived with his parents and were actually okay with it. Yeah, this ain't no man you're dealing with. This is a woman. He's a whammon. He's still very insecure, obviously. Accuses me of being with other people constantly. Will always ask me if he's ugly. Oh my God. I've gotten to the point where I don't rise to it. I ignore and move on. Ignore shouldn't even be in that sentence. You should have already moved on. Although for a while, most times I speak, he will call me an SLUT, I won't say the word, then say he's joking. He's not joking. No man calls a woman those types of names, whether it's the SLUT word or the B word, or you ain't joking if he's calling you that. That ain't no joke. And why are you even putting up with it? Why? He will interrupt me. He will ask me to be quiet as he's had a long day. BS. He has just moved into his own place. Oh, he did. Is he finally growing up? Okay, let me continue. He has just moved into his own place, and his whole persona has changed. I can tell he is stressed, and it's hurting me to see. Well, even though he moved into his own place finally, that still does not make him a woman. You're still dealing with a woman. Man, weak as hell. We had a disagreement on Tuesday night, which was this week, by the way, guys. And he said he doesn't need my stress too. That he's had enough, misspelled enough. He's had enough going on. I didn't respond as I didn't want to stress him. What was that, mistake number 4 or mistake number 5 I'm dealing with? You should have addressed it. You should have said something. You should have said something. He needed to be checked and you didn't check him. You gotta see, this is where your problem is. You don't love yourself. You seek approval. You don't value yourself. You seek approval. You don't communicate clearly what you want in a relationship, and you have not done so from the start. You should have done that on your first date together. He's treating you this way because you failed to tell this dude exactly what you wanted. But instead, you sought validation, you put him on a pedestal, you worshiped the ground that he walked on. You thought he was this oh so perfect man, even though there were a bunch of red flags that I've seen. And I've seen them just from this first paragraph you've written. You ain't dealing with a man, and you ain't, and truth be told, you ain't dealing with a boy either. You're not. You're dealing with a woman. This is how, everything that he's doing, that's how a woman acts. That's a woman you're dealing with. Okay. Wednesday, he messaged me and asked me to come over. I went and could tell he was in a mood instantly. Mistake number 6, I think. Why did you go? Why did you go to his place? You already knew what was going to happen. You knew, or I'm going to assume you're not dumb. You already knew what was going to happen. Okay. I said I could go home if he wanted. He tried to have sex with me, and I just didn't feel like it was the right time. Well, if you didn't have sex with him that night, then good for you. He got moody, and I said it was just a wasted journey coming his way, as it was 11 p.m. You should have stayed your ass home. It was 11 p.m. when I got there, and after I said no to sex, he just turned over and tried sleeping. He told me to leave. I did not argue. I got my things and left. He followed me in his car and asked to drop me home. He explained the stress. He's messed up and can't deal with the situation or his other stresses. He's weak. I'm stressed too, but I wouldn't talk to a woman like that. Shit. I explained that I only want to help. How are you going to help him? Seriously, how are you going to help him? He kept saying he's a bad person and how I deserve better. Well, yeah, he's right. That's the one thing he's right about. You do deserve better. But do you know that? That's the question. I've expressed my worries. I told him I'd go and cook for him, to clean for him. Mistake number 7, I think. 7. Mistake number 7. Never, ever tell a man that. Especially a man that you're not married to. Why are you going to go to his place, cook for him, clean for him? Y'all ain't married. You don't live with him. You got your own life. Ugh. Anything to make his life easier. Whatever. I told him I am not the enemy, that I'm only trying to help look after him and do things to help his stress levels, and he told me I am the enemy. He's got demons. He doesn't have mental disorder, he has demons. And then I am false and lying about wanting to help him, right? How can I leave him alone if I want to help him? I'll get back to that in a moment. Also, that he has a headache because of me and that he hopes I am happy causing him stress. This dude don't know what he wants. He doesn't know what he wants. That's what it sounds like to me. And again, this is how many women act. He's acting like a woman. Women, I know you agree with this. I know you agree with this. Honey, you're not dealing with a boyfriend. You're dealing with a girlfriend. This is how a woman acts, especially when she's on her period. All right. Anyways, days have gone past. He is still talking to me badly, ignoring me, saying he never wants to see me again or speak to me. 3 days ago, I felt weird and had a gut feeling. I messaged some of the girls he follows on Instagram. All 3 of the ones I've messaged says that he has replied to their stories with love heart-eyed emojis, asked why they don't respond to him, asked if they're still living in London. None of the girls responded to him. I confronted him and he blocked me on WhatsApp and told me to have a nice life. Then he told me I'm crazy via phone call. He told me he is allowed to change his mind. He can't see why I'm upset. He lied and said it was only one girl he messaged, which obviously was a lie. Since the convo, 2 more girls responded with proof that he has tried to message them. One whilst I was with him 2 weeks ago in bed. Oh, wow. I sent him proof via my sister's phone. He unblocked me and said I have taken it too far. I've asked why he's done this and he said because I am a terrible person. He often says this and will say it sarcastically, or sometimes he would mean it. I would reply with more evidence and he ignored. I hate to say it to you, but you allowed this to happen. You actually asked for this. And the reason why you asked for it is because you kept allowing him to mistreat you. You've allowed this. You should have broke up with him a long time ago. You should have ended it. And even if he ended it himself, so to speak, you should have just stayed gone. And if he would have came calling back, you should have just ignored him. But you brought this on yourself. That's the harsh truth. But I'm not even done with the story. Okay. I am so confused. I got really upset. Maybe 20 times, which I am ashamed of. All to be ignored. I explained I needed closure. He called. He said he was bored and I wouldn't get on top. Oh my God. And he felt I didn't want to have sex anymore, which is rubbish. He was really nasty, shouted, told me he doesn't care about what I have to say, that I took it too far messaging the girls, and that he never, ever, ever wants to speak to me again. I tried messaging since, mistake number 9, and he is point blank ignoring me. Why are you even messaging him? I'm gonna try to be nice about this. Reading my text and ignoring. I felt rubbish and feel like, what about when he meets with someone better? Mistake number 10, selling yourself short. You're too good for this guy, obviously. He's a total douchebag. And guys like him, he ain't a man. I don't know how many times I said that. Have a shot for every time I say that one. Or don't. I'm not going to encourage that. Where was I? What about if they give him more to please him? I'm devastated and don't know what to do. The thought of him with another girl kills me. That's the end of that. This one was a rather long story and a little too long for TikTok. So I had to post this one exclusively on YouTube. And I wanted to address this. I gotta address this. We've already established that you were dealing with a woman, you ain't dealing with a man. And I don't want to make this about him anymore. Because he's worthless. He's worthless. So now I'm going to turn my attention to you. What's your name? Your username is whatever this gibberish is. XFXDJ. Whatever that means. I hope you're watching this too. I really do. I may even just leave you a comment and tell you to follow me on YouTube so you can hear this. It sounds to me like you don't love yourself. You don't see your self-worth. And I don't know why that is. I want to ask you, and I really want to get to the root of this one. Where was your father in your life? Because most young women without fathers in their lives turn out to be very insecure. And you, my friend, sound very, very insecure. And it's no surprise that he's done what he's done. That this dude here, this mega beta male here has done what he's done. Mistreated you, calls you names, ignored you, cheated. No surprise. But what pisses me off more than the things that he's done, and yes, I'm very pissed at the things that he's done, don't get me wrong. What pisses me off more is the fact that you just sat there and just allowed it. You took it. You basically accepted. It's like you are in a life or death situation and you see no possible way to survive and you're just accepting death. It's kind of like that, except for one little scenario. You do have a choice here. You have a choice. And your choice is to move on, not allow this same BS. Don't allow this guy back into your life. I don't care if he calls and says, "Oh, but I'm so sorry. I'm a changed man. I didn't mean to mistreat you. Please take me back. I love you. I love you and I miss you." Guarantee he's gonna do that. He's gonna do it. He's worse than a narcissist. Much worse. Just based on everything you've written down here, he sounds worse than a narcissist. But using the word narcissist, this is actually gonna make a narcissist look good. But my problem is with you because you constantly allowed him to mistreat you. You put up with it and just put up with it and just put up with it. And stop worrying about whether or not he finds someone else. That should be the last of your worries. Why do you even care? He's not going to find anybody better. He's not. The way he's going right now, he ain't going to find anybody better. And the only way he's going to find someone better is if he repents and gives his life to Jesus. When he has a come to Jesus moment, gives his life, repents, never does any of this crap again, maybe, just maybe, he'll find somebody better then. Maybe, just maybe, he'll find somebody that, yes, he wants to spend the rest of his life with and will change for without her even trying to change him. Because it seemed like you were trying to change him too. Without, you wanted him to be this version of a man that you wanted. And it just didn't work out that way. And then when he started to run you over and started to verbally and emotionally abuse you, you just sat back and allowed it. After the first time, you should have just been gone. You don't know your worth. That's your problem. You don't know your worth. And I guarantee you, if that doesn't change, this won't be the last guy that does it. There's going to be another man that comes into your life. You're going to worship the ground he walks on. You're going to say you'll cook and clean for him and do everything for him, pander to his every need. And he's going to get comfortable and he's going to do the same crap that this dude is doing. And then it's going to be another guy and then another guy and then another guy. And then at what point do you get to where you get sick and tired of being treated this way? At what point do you get tired of being treated the way you're being treated? And this doesn't apply to just you. All the women who are watching this that are dealing with the same crap, I'm talking to you too. At what point do you get tired of it? Real men don't treat women this way. Real men do not abuse their women. And not just physically, but emotionally as well. I mean, this is horrible. Real men don't do this crap, and real women don't put up with it. So, as angry as I am at him, I'm more pissed at you for putting up with it. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to cut all ties with him. Block him from every social media. Delete his number, block his number, delete it. Don't have any contact with his parents under any circumstances. I don't care if their house is on fire. Do not have any contact with his parents. Because that'll only make you want to contact him. Cut all ties. All ties. I mean all ties. Emails included. And work on yourself. You know, first of all, you need to pray. I don't know what your faith is, but I encourage you to pray. Ask the Lord for forgiveness. Ask the Lord to give you guidance. Ask the Lord to heal you, because you obviously need healing. Ask the Lord to change you, to help you to change, to help you to grow, to be the best version of yourself possible, to have the spirit of excellence. Because you need it. You need Jesus right now. Right now, Jesus is the only man you need in your life. You don't need another man right now. No. And until that day comes to when you finally meet the right guy, you need to focus on God first. And then you need to focus on yourself. Find the things that you enjoy doing and do them. Start a business. Start a career. Get some exercise. You probably don't even exercise. I get this vibe that you're not one to hit the gym. So I encourage you to hit the gym. I encourage you, if you're a reader, I encourage you to read books. If you're an artist, I encourage you to draw a picture or two. Paint a picture. Listen to some music that's going to soothe your soul. That's not going to bring you down. Don't listen to any of that breakup song crap. I don't care about any of that crap. Listen to something that's going to uplift your spirit and soothe your soul. And for heaven's sake, stop talking down to yourself. You're the head and not the tail. You're above and not beneath. I encourage you to read the Bible. And the one book in the Bible I want you to read is Proverbs. Look up Proverbs 31. I want you to read Proverbs 31 because Proverbs 31 describes you best. Read it. And for those of you who are watching and have a similar story to this lady, I encourage you to do the same thing because Proverbs 31 describes you. Read it. You are a virtuous woman. And you deserve much better than this beta loser that you were with. And you deserve better than beta losers like this dude. You do. You are a lioness. You are God's daughter. Act like it. Know your worth. Don't allow a man to mistreat you this way ever again. Much love. God bless.